nachos, amigos, and welcome to Hallyujuku. Once again, your journey into the world of East Asian pop culture, courtesy of us. Got my hand all up on the microphone. I mean, not the microphone, the camera. This is the microphone. This is the camera. I know how things work. I know technology, words and stuff. I'm Peter Rave, your man with no plan. Here with me, as always, is my team partner, my tag team partner, my co-compatriot, Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. How you doing, Kaz?
I'm trying to play to the fucking one light that I have left. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Coming out of the darkness.
Coming out. Hold on. There's no darkness back there because that light is keyed this way. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Let's abandon the bit while we're ahead. We're here to talk about East Asian pop culture, as we do as often as we can. Of course, we start off every episode talking about what's new, what's caught our attention in this time that we've been away from each other. Cass, what's new?
So this week for me, God, I lost the doc. So this first one for me this week is by a group named Madtown. I wanted to call them Midtown. I'm pretty sure we have talked about on the podcast before, but I couldn't. Somewhere. Yeah, I couldn't remember. But this is their new song, Emptiness. And the reason I was saying I remember us talking about them before is because I remember us not being that into them and saying they need that next track. They need that track that's going to make you look at them and realize that they can do something good. And I think we found it. I think we found that track in Emptiness. It's a good kind of sultry, depressing kind of song. It really reminded me of a Big Bang song. And I was trying to remember which one it reminded me of, and now it's out of my fucking head. But it like reminded me of the first pass of a Big Bang song. Like that was the first one they recorded, and they were like, so, all right, but let's take another pass at it, like, which isn't a bad thing. Hey, a first pass Big Bang song nowadays is still number one. So
yeah, it kind of fits in with what I initially thought of. It almost fits in exactly that first pass Big Bang song because I got winter vibes off of this. Speaking of first pass Big Bang songs.
So, I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I think it kind of shows their range as a group a little bit more. That was the song YOLO. They had the song YOLO.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think which was not a bad song. It just kind of had an unfortunate name. It just didn't catch our attention.
So, coming back with a song with an actual good title. And good vocal ranges and filled with emotion. The video's a little shitty, but you can get past that.
They're emotional. They're feeling gray. Look how gray everything is. It's so
it has a sepia tone to it.
It's grayscale. It's not exactly sepia. It's like moody. Oh.
You know what? You know what it is? They just turned the saturation down.
Yeah. It's like, instant moodiness.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, the magic of color correction.
But no, I actually enjoyed the song. It's really good, I think. And I think it's worth checking out. So go check it out. Madtown, Emptiness. Next up for me is a song that I have to feature because it's Sonny, and I feature every Sonny song, but I'm not sure if I like it. So this is the second collaboration with Sonny and Reina. And it's called Sugar and Me.
And it's a Sonny and Reina song.
Yeah. This is the thing they've been doing. So I think they've done one or two other songs.
They have one big. There was one big hit that they had. Of course, there was the big one, Midsummer Night's Sweetness.
Yeah, that's what it's called, Midsummer Night's Sweetness. It's in the YouTube description. So but this second one is Sugar and Me. And it's one of those songs where I like it, but I'm just not sure if I like it, like, because it's kind of too cutesy. You just hit a point where it's just, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Also, that goddamn Krispy Kreme ad.
Yeah, well, you got these music videos got to get paid somehow. They got to get.
Oh yeah, no.
They got to, these music videos cost money. Yeah. So they gotta cover the budget somehow. Whether it's AOA wearing those NS Freeze, drinking Sprite, or whatever it is, you gotta make that money.
Got to make that money. I don't know if you had any thoughts on this song before I move to my next one.
It's very Sunny Arena. It's very much like that's kind of trying to recapture that magic of Midsummer Night's Sweetness. And I think it's perfect for what people expect to hear in the radio in the summer in Korea.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's great. I don't know if I'm going to be jamming to it myself, but it's perfect for the market and the demographics. So good for them.
My last one is kind of a sleeper for me. I didn't think this one was going to be as good as I feel like it is, but I feel like this song is really good. It's Gary featuring LO and Loco, actually.
Gray and Loco. Good. Yeah. Loco, Gray featuring ELO, not Electric Light Orchestra.
But I really like this song, man. It's such a good feel to it.
Yeah, it's a good hip hop track.
Like, I'm just sitting here listening to it again, but I don't know. I enjoyed the fuck out of this. Like, it was so surprising how much I enjoyed it too. Like, it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll like it, but I probably won't be that great. But it's just really enjoyable, and I'm having so much fun with it.
Yeah, it's a cool hip hop track, and it feels cool. And it has a good vibe to it. And the music video is fun too.
Yeah.
Up to some
music video is not bad. The boys hanging out for a day and then throwing a party.
Yeah.
And just the I'm still not really sure the emotion that's going on in it. But it's just
it's like, maybe keeping your mind off of a breakup, or I don't know.
Yeah, but it definitely is just a good, interesting song. So I also want that jacket that he's wearing in it, the Antisocial Social Club. I want that jacket.
Well, I gotta see that one. Yeah,
it's at like a minute.
Oh yeah,
minute 40. Yeah,
Antisocial Social Club. That fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cool track. It's like it is the group kind of has this tendency to kind of, this is one of those it's like the AOMG boys, I believe. Yeah. So like the thing with the AOMG is they have that, they're one of those groups that does that tendency of like, and I think K-Popalypse has talked about it on one of those things, has tendency to like in like 1 week do like a really cool, fun, really good hip hop track that has a really cool beat. Either it's a very modern or old school or very cool hip hop track, and then like a week later you hear like the most YOLO swag bullshit track that is so like ratchetous that you can't stand it, and you turn around and you see it's from the same group. They're not the only ones that do this, but like so many people in Korean hip hop do that, where like they do both those things as if those things exist in the same world. it can be infuriating. Luckily, this is one of the former tracks, which is just a really cool hip hop track with a cool beat and a cool vibe. But you know that YOLO track is coming, just imminent, and that imminent fear will that imminent fear and dread looms over you.
All right. So now, did you just add something? Now we move on to what's new with Petey.
Oh yeah, I did add something a little bit before. Sorry, my bad. It was something I took out and then added back in a little while ago. But it's just a little cool track that I checked out, kind of flesh it out. I'm gonna start with kind of the big release that I was anticipating. Because it's summertime. It's we're getting into the summer, which is summer jam season. So the queens of the summer jams, at least for the past couple of years, whether we like it or not, have been Sistar. That's kind of been their MO. This time, they've been teasing a new track that was not quite this. That wasn't going to be finally not. We were excited to get a track that wasn't the same as like the whole Bikini Beach summer jam that was "Touch My Body" and "Shake It." Going back to a different vibe. We got some interesting teasers, and they finally released a track called "I Like That." And
I like that too.
I like it, I have to say. It's a really well made track. It works really well. It's fun, has a cool energy to it. It has, it's Sistar, so obviously it doesn't lack in the visuals. Like they're gorgeous. It's like undeniable. They look fantastic. They sing pretty fantastic. Dawson gets more lines and does pretty okay. Being the kind of the person that isn't necessarily relied on for her vocals. She did a pretty good job with her lines. Hyorin does fantastically, like her vocals. Soyu kills it. Bora does exactly what she kills it. Bora does exactly what she needs to do. This is just a fantastically fun track. There's not much else to say. The instrumental is well built. It has a great energy to it. Builds to cool things. It has a variety without being a mess. Like, it's just a fun track. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. Like, I'm starting to like Sistar more and more, and like you said, they are the queens of the summer ballad, like, or the summer jam. They get that shit done right, and I loved kind of the style of the video. I may not have necessarily loved the video itself, but I definitely loved kind of the stylization and the way it's filmed. I really enjoyed that. It's not very outside of the K-pop realm in how it's filmed, but I still had fun with it and definitely enjoyed it. So it's worth listening to. Go check it out. Sistar. Yeah. I like that.
Kind of harkens back. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Kind of harkens back to kind of taking it back to the "Give It to Me" era, kind of jumping back a couple of.
Give it to me, oh baby, give it to me.
Oh. All right, that's enough noises for me. But yeah, fantastic Sistar track. But speaking of summer jams, this summer jam kind of surprised me. Because I don't know, it just kind of did. No particular reason other than it's Kisum with her album. She previously had that pre-release track, 2 Beers, which we talked about on the show, which I love. I still jam to on a regular basis. And now she's getting ready to kind of release her mini album, which includes that song and a couple others, including this title track, No Jam. And contrary to the name, it's kind of a jam. Almost actually accidentally played the song. It's bad enough I'm getting strikes for the visuals, and I can't be getting song strikes now. Kiss 'Em No Jam. It's just a fun song. It's just a fun song and a fun video, and it has just a great energy to it. And a cool personality to it. Like the video is cool because it kind of like it's shot interestingly in that it's doing the I imagine it must be strapped to like her waist or whatever. But like
that's you take it has the little waist harness with the wire. You put a little GoPro on it.
Yeah,
that's why when she's running like this.
Like this. Yeah. Partly because she's kind of hamming it up, just because she's trying to be silly,
and also because that apparatus is, if it's the one I think it is, it's kind of high up.
Yeah.
So like you can't put your arms down, really.
Yeah. So, but it's a fun video and a fun song. And I honestly, I'm calling this my summer jam of 2016 or K-pop, like, or Korean music. Just because of like the energy and the vibe to it. I don't know. What did you think, Cass?
It's not bad. I definitely enjoyed it, but I'm not as much of a fan of Kisum as you are, so it doesn't strike me as much. But I still definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good song from her.
Yeah, I love the kind of her having her lunch. I have to say, this moment she becomes my spirit animal, like with her shoving both foods in her mouth, like. Yeah, she knows, and we get each other's vibes there. A little nice cameo from Hazy, and I think overall it's just a super fun video. And I'm looking forward to getting that whole mini album, at least checking that out. Probably going to drop on Spotify, which gets me excited. But yeah, go check it out. Kiss 'Em with the Hot Summer Jam. Next up to a track that I did kind of sneak in to the talk, but it was one that I had in there, but then I took out and I put it back in just now. Just a track that caught my attention. Nothing major, but it was an interesting track. Sophia Pei, she kind of chooses very specifically to romanize it that way. I think smartly, which is one of the interesting things that caught my attention. The fact that she romanizes her last name Pae, when I imagine in a specific effort to avoid the fact that the current use of the other romanization Bae, to kind of avoid that, which is, I guess, pretty interesting and clever. But aside from that, the other thing that caught my attention is that this is an interesting, well-made kind of R&B track, kind of a smooth R&B track that kind of just came out of nowhere, or at least for me, it came out of nowhere. I just noticed this on my YouTube subscriptions, and then it caught my attention. It's a cool, smooth R&B track. It's pretty fun to listen to. It's pretty cool to listen to. The video is interesting because from what I can tell, she killed somebody. At least that's like we're supposed to like assume she killed somebody. She's getting rid of the body out in the desert or something.
Yeah,
like
it's definitely has a deep story to it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's interesting. I think as far as the video, but the song is cool. I don't know. Have you gotten a chance to be listening to it?
Yeah, I listened to it. It's definitely, like you said, it's a very smooth jazz, smooth R&B sound to it. So, and it fits. It fits really well. Like you can feel that that's her vocal range. It's not doing too much, not doing too little. Fits her really well. I like the percussion and all that kind of stuff of it, and the video is rather interesting because there's this really deep rooted story that's going on. But I will say somebody wasn't paying attention to like the context of the video because there's points where she has shoes off and then she has shoes on and then she has her shoes off again when she should have had her shoes on if she had put them on. But I'm like, hey, it's all right. You know, I'll forgive you.
Yeah. So it's like the continuity director. like, did she go through the effort? Maybe she took them off when she got in the car to drive better. But
maybe
I don't know.
You never know.
But did she put them back on when she got out of the car? Did she go through the effort of putting the shoes back on when she was like, I don't know. I don't know. That being said,
or maybe I don't know. I think you're right. No, now that I'm looking at it, I think you're right, and I think it's just cut weird. So now my problem is with the editor and not the content.
Yeah,
I need to now have a talk with the editor.
It does a weird thing where it jumps back and forth in time. Where it's like at some point it's at the end of the whole experience, and then it jumps back in time. And it jumps like it's trying to do a whole pulp.
I just need to have a talk with the whole production crew. We just need to have a conversation.
Trying to figure out what's the timeline here. What's the continuity? Give me a chronological rundown. Is there a Time Lord involved? Is there are we in a time slip? Are we we need these questions need to be answered.
But other than that, really good song. Go check it out. Go check it. Why am I not subscribed to this YouTube channel?
I don't know. It's a really they're one of the other like distributors.
No, yeah, I get shit from them all the time. So that's why I was surprised that I wasn't subscribed to it.
Yeah,
because we have to be subscribed to like every
distributor. One the K. We gotta have KT Music. We gotta have CJE&M.
Mnet.
Mnet. It's how we get all of our stuff on the YouTubes.
We may have to talk about the best. One day we may have to talk about like the best way to find the shit that you're looking for on like YouTube and like Spotify, Pandora, like all that shit. Like how to actually be an outsider in. We may have to delve into that one day. That might have to be a talks.
Maybe one day. Yeah, we'll have to like coordinate that. But yeah, one day. But for now, let's move on to my last track. This is my rookie report, my rookie alert. This is the debut track. Shit. I don't know. The rookie radar. I don't know what we would call it. I think I called it a rookie radar before. We were lamenting the fact that we're going to lose to anyone. But don't worry, K-pop World is going to give us a replacement. They're going to give us 021.
They couldn't wait, could they? They were like snakes in the fucking grass.
021.
Don't throw out those 21 posters yet, motherfucker. You can convert them. Just put a O on there.
021. Hot new group. It's I guess a Korean Chinese joint group. Best rated platform Hushu TV is showing us for the first time. What is this description? Okay, 021 is a huge Korean and Chinese joint group that the China's best media platform. Yes, that's the China's best media platform. Hushu TV is showing us for the first time. Unlike the current girl groups, their classy confidence and powerful performance is making another trend of girl group crush, and 021 joining the girl group war. 021 members, including the leader Wei Yang, are all talented. They have been working in different fields such as modeling, acting, and as a DJ as well. They plan to work actively in Korea and China and other Asian countries with their debut album, Show Me. Interesting description. That being said, it's like we kind of make silly jokes and things like that. It's a pretty cool song. It's a pretty cool debut track. I wouldn't call it the best track in the world, but it's a cool, interesting track.
It's not the best track in the but not that great.
But it's not a horrible track. It shows a lot of promise. There's a lot of things going well. It has a good personality to it. Kind of an interesting vibe. There's a part of me that just kind of gets won over at least a little bit. Just anytime there's like fierce girl groups Like, like anytime they just come at it with attitude, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you a listen. Like, like my ears peek up, and I'm like, all right, I'll check you out.
I'll look.
Yeah.
Let me see what you got.
Good visuals. Very interesting thing with this group. It's very multinational. If you listen to this track and you like that first part where you hear the English, well, not the I think well one of the parts where you hear the extended English, and if you've heard a lot of like K-pop and J-pop, and you think, man, it kind of sounds like a J-pop singer singing English that had like a J-pop singer with good English pronunciation, speaking English. You're right, because 3 of the members are, I think 3 or possibly even 4 of the members are Japanese. One of them is Filipino and 2 of them are Korean. So it's a very multinational group. I think it's 3-1. So that's interesting. So it's definitely worth checking. I think for me, I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out for them. They're on my radar. Just like any, it's almost kind of like a meme for me. It's like if you come with like a fierce attitude, you're gonna end up on my radar. Just Yoja, fucking Salty, all these groups that are coming out with like these like sassy personas. Like, yeah, I'm in. I'm gonna at least give you a shot. I'm gonna at least give you a chance. So you just gotta come correct and keep coming correct. I will say this is not gonna knock it out of the park, but they have potential. They've got upside.
There's definitely a potential here, but just got to see what it is. And I mean, they're a pre-working group. They're not really rookies, but
yeah. There's in sports terms, they've got upside. So
yeah,
definitely worth checking out. So
also for those who were wondering, like I was last week, I did finally see that EXO Monster performance video. It was everything I wanted it to be. That performance is on that performance is on top, man. Holy shit.
Yep. It's lit. And good stuff. Oh, and the other thing that's new, I forgot, I probably should have led with it. I did officially go to the passport office and apply to get my passport. I gave them my money. I didn't know this, and I feel dumb for not having known this. I apparently you have to pay with a check or money order to get your passport.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
It's old media. It's old like shit. Yeah, because I remember getting mine. Like, I had to run around and get my photo done. I had to find a place that could do passport photos. Like, and then I found out you could just do the passport photos yourself. So that was fucking $8 I could have saved myself.
It's a lot more for me. They did the passport photo at the place. I luckily for me, I got my passport photo at the place, and I was able to get my money order at the bodega. 3 doors down, 4 doors down. It's like, go get your money order. It's like, I love it's like she just said, "Oh, do you have a check or money order?" I was like, "I don't." It's like, all right, just go get your money order and be right back, and I'll give you your number. It's like, then that money order place must be really nearby for her to just say for me to go and come back. Or walk outside, and there's a big sign saying "money orders here," like right down to like the same little strip mall thing.
Yeah.
So I got my money order at the bodega. 'Cause that's always fun. But yeah, and I took my photo, and here's my photo.
Here, let me see if I can, without doing all the information, show off my number. Where's it? I need a card or something. You know what? I'm a man. I'll just cover it a bit. That's
your camera is projecting
damn it. Skype.
Skype is like, no.
Yeah. All right, resend me video too, and then we'll move into news.
All right, we'll move into news. All right, that's it for what's new. I'll let you see my photo because you didn't get to see it with the video. See it in there. Got to wear my shirt, but it cut it off, which is hilarious. It's fun. But yeah, that's it for what's new. We're gonna head over to our headlines. So come on back. Where's the button? There's the button. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with our headlines.
Those Instagrams.
Yes.
PD's a traditional reporter. I'm a blogger.
Yes.
If you watched D3, you saw a lot of this.
Yes.
People on their phones and look up every once in a while. Oh, is that God of War? Oh, shit. All right.
It's God of War. Like, bitch, I'm watching this same stream you are. Why am I on your blog? All right. Some cool, interesting headlines and goings-ons in the world of East Asian pop culture. This is kind of tangentially connected to the world of East Asian pop culture, and kind of in a way. I don't know if you remember, but I remember there was a young high school girl who kind of went viral for her cover of Adele's Hello by the name of Lydia Lee. It was a pretty fantastic cover. Honestly, I kind of liked it better than the original, just because she actually had built to her like power vocals chorus rather than just like do a verse and then look at my power vocals that Adele does. Because Adele's
you want to know how I know I didn't know about something that I should have known about in that internet viral space is because at some point it was on Ellen.
Yes. Yes.
Whatever is something I should have known about, because that makes the peak do this where it goes up and everybody's like, oh man, did you hear about this? And then it's on Ellen and everybody's like, I don't care anymore. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, she was on Ellen. It's kind of a big thing. She kind of had like up to like 15 million views on like her video. With great reason, because she's a pretty fantastic vocalist. Well, Lydia Lee, the high school girl who sang the famous cover of Adele's Hello and went viral, will be making her official debut as a singer in the US and the UK at the end of this year. On June 14th, her agency Button stated that Lydia Lee is planning to make her debut in December. She is currently going back and forth from the US and the UK, receiving help with her album from famous songwriters, which I can attest to because I follow her on Instagram. She's been like into Atlanta and New York, and she's been hanging out and going to like really cool places, and like apparently she's been working on stuff. She's at this point I graduated from high school. This is pretty interesting. It's an interesting kind of turn of events, and I think it's pretty shrewd strategy. I don't know how you think, but it's pretty shrewd strategy because she's gonna probably try this. If it does well, she'll kind of go forward, and if it does okay, she could always just go back and media play the hell out of it into a Korean career and go on like variety shows as the girl that went to America. Like right. That one, one dude who was on American Idol. That one Korean dude.
Yeah, because she straight out like, I know people hate when we do it, but I'm about to do it. Right? She made herself that hot prospect, right? And Korea could have snatched her up if they were quick enough. She got that action, and she got into the draft. Got drafted pretty high, she got that high draft stock, but there's definitely that now she has to show the work thing, right? Now she has to show that she has the ability to do the things that she says she can do.
Yeah.
And we got to see how that works.
Yeah. She's definitely she's definitely. I've kind of been loving looking her back and how shrewdly she's been playing all this, because she's this random this famous Korean high schooler that went viral. Because I love that part, because the connotation is that she was just some Korean high school kid who recorded a video and went viral, and she just happened, this prodigy that just out of this random place. The high school she goes to is Seoul Music High School. It is the most prestigious music high school. Specifically, that a big part of them is that they're one of the celebrity high schools.
Right.
Or you're either an idol in training that has to go to high school because you're young, or you're somebody working towards a career in music really early. So she didn't just come from some random high school.
Right. I mean, you can tell it's not random because how many high schools just have a fucking piano?
Or just how well shot the video is. But I love how she's been playing that up, because she went to Ellen. Have you seen her clip on Ellen? She went to Ellen. She flew all the way to LA, showed up on Ellen in her school uniform.
Right.
Because she was playing up that I'm a high school kid. Oh, I'm just gonna sing my song. She's smart. And have you seen her latest Instagram? She's got her hair all super styled up, not like this. She has dyed, and because at this point she probably was because she was a senior, so at that point she was doing her final stuff, and at that point she dyed her hair because she don't give a fuck. I don't care about a uniform. She was just waiting.
She was like, "We done? We done? We done?" Calling my stylist.
Yeah.
And here, let's go.
I gotta find it. I should have looked it up. I should have brought it up, but there's a great video of her. It's a great video of her performances at school. And I'm gonna look it up. Not Korea's Best Covers, the Seoul Music High School. Damn it. Okay. Seoul Music High School. Alright, god damn it. Alright. I'm gonna find it. But let's see. So the YouTube, Seoul High School YouTube, what is? Alright, there's the YouTube. And I'm finding, the 2016 showcase. And where you can see, I'm going to show the video, I'll link it to you guys, but I'll show the video. And you can see that this is the kind of high school that it is. This is their showcase. Their little showcase on this big stage with all these musicians. It's and you can see her. She's got her style on.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't. But I joke around that stuff. But in the end, good for her, because it's worked for her so far, and it could work really well for her going forward if this, depending on what the next steps for her career now are. What she comes out with, how she promotes it. She's probably going to be doing it more of an American style, where she's gonna play gigs, put out some singles, out there, play the gigs, and just kind of promote. And it'll be interesting to check out.
Yeah.
What do you anticipate for her?
I'm not sure, right? Because it's really hard to make an anticipation on. Because one, she sings really well in English, right? So it's pretty easy to maybe say like, oh, maybe she could do some kind of sultry R&B stuff, but it's pretty easy to say a Korean person is going to do R&B, right? Like,
yeah.
Because they just live in that range where that's what they do. So I'm just not sure, right? Because you always end up in these weird spaces where this is the kind of stuff she's singing. She got famous for singing an Adele song, and even in this performance, it's kind of very sultry, jazzy kind of stuff. But people when they get here, they love to pop shit up. Like the American fucking producers love to like, all right, let's go for the pop sound, and I'm just hoping it doesn't end up drowning out what her actual good sound is. So we have to wait and see what goes on, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a wait and see. So hopefully things work out well for her. Hopefully things work out well. I'm going to focus on that. Stop trying to edit the doc in the middle of the show and focus on actually hosting the show. But yes, speaking of things coming, that's something coming to America from Korea or someone. Let's talk about something going the other way. American TV series Criminal Minds to be remade into a Korean drama. This is interesting, and I think the fact that the show is being made is interesting in and of itself, but there's other things that are the main reason why I wanted to bring this up. But let's go into it. Great news for fans of Criminal Minds. The long-running CBS show will be the next American television series to receive a Korean drama remake, joining the ranks of shows such as The Good Wife and Entourage. For those who aren't familiar with the series, Criminal Minds is pretty procedural. Yep. It's cop procedural. You know
Details.
What it's up.
Yeah.
FBI profiles, profilers. It's the guy from Dharma and Greg, who nobody remembers. It's mainly because I don't watch the show, but I still see that guy and I think, man, that's that dude from Dharma and Greg.
Holy shit. So I've watched so much Criminal Minds that I forgot he was the dude from Dharma and Greg.
But he is.
And you just reminded me that he is the dude from Dharma and Greg.
He is, in fact,
It's not going to change it for me. It will change Dharma and Greg if I ever watch Dharma and Greg again, because I'll be like, holy shit, it's the dude from Criminal Minds. Like, what are you doing here, man? But yeah.
Yeah. But it's not like we're going to be watching Dharma and Greg anytime soon. God damn, I can't believe I still remember that show. Fuck. Despite being here, blah, blah, blah. The article talks about, the show and it's a thing. However, two major Korean companies, Next Entertainment World and Taiwan Entertainment, are hoping to increase that viewership by collaborating together in order to give fans a K-drama adaptation of the show. Both companies have agreed that the remake will be a long-term project with the intention of introducing the American-style format of multiple seasons into the Korean entertainment industry.
Yeah, so that's the very interesting part about this.
Yeah.
Is, as we know, a lot of Korean dramas are 2 seasons at most.
Yeah.
One
season. They're 1 season, and then somebody decides that they want to make a remake real quick.
Yeah. Like it's very surprising when you watch a Korean drama and it's like, wait, what? There's 2 seasons of this? The fuck happened?
Yeah.
Like, well, what happened?
Yeah.
Could they not get work?
Yeah.
Did they have to just keep doing this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's never 2 seasons, honestly. It's 1 season and then one more season. Sometimes every once in a while, something is so good they think, one more season.
Why not?
Let's do it again. Sometimes years later and with a completely different cast. Iris.
All right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not like you're going to be able to cast Kim Tae twice in for one.
Yeah, or Top, or anyone.
Or fucking,
well, Top died. Spoilers. Yuki!
Still salty.
It's still a good show. I love
Still salty. I'm still salty about Motherfucking Top's character killing Yuki.
All right.
Even after all this time. How you gonna hurt Yuki? How you gonna do that, man?
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds. Okay, so this is interesting because this is, again, it's very interesting that this is a big thing that's now happening where cable is finally doing like, hey, let's innovate. Let's try some different shit. And of course it's cable. Because, that's where this is going to end up. Probably on TVN or something like that, or JTBC. What are your anticipations?
I don't want to anticipate anything until I start seeing a cast list.
Yeah.
Right? Because one, you gotta sell. They're gonna have to sell Korean actors who have worked in this space of one and done for so long on 1 and 12, like long-term contracts. We're going for a championship here. Yeah. Where and it's just gonna be very interesting to figure that out and see how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
So once I start seeing them get casting, and Criminal Minds is a very surprising show where you would think it's B-list stars, which some of these people are, but they're B-list stars who are very good character actors, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Korea has enough B-list character actors that can then carry a series long term on that, because character actors are people who play that character really well, that kind of one and done in area, and then it's it. But can they carry that and then become the stars carrying that character, which is what Criminal Minds did. You take these B-list actors who are good character actors, and then they carry that fucking character through the series and draw people in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very different landscape.
Yeah, it's getting those working hands in the TV space that getting those actors that are, kind of the TV actors. There's a lot of, struggling working actors out there, even in Korea, just because just in general, movies and TV shows are, an industry, and it's an exporting industry that's succeeding. When it succeeds, it makes bank sometimes. So there's a lot of actors out there. Can you find those actors in that tier that could really embody the characters and have it, engage the characters? Because that's what because it's a procedural. Like, the big thing with procedurals that are like the successful procedurals that are good are basically the crime or the solving of the crime is like the third most important thing on the show. And the first most important thing is the characters. Basically just hanging out with the characters and being engaged into the characters. Like, with the second being maybe some romance or something. I don't know. But it's the first and foremost thing with like procedurals is having engaging characters. Because procedurals can get boring if the characters are boring.
Yes.
Like, if the character's boring,
CSI New York.
Yeah, and people say that's a good one too. I haven't checked that out. I don't do procedurals. I do Castle.
I watch Criminal Minds. I like Criminal Minds.
Yeah,
Criminal Minds is great. Like, you put me, JVZ, and ACP in a room, we'll talk about Criminal fucking Minds. Like, you remember that one episode where the guy was like crazy and he was dressing like this and to kill the girls? Oh my God. And Hodgins caught him. It was all Hodgins that episode. It was a Hodgins episode.
Yes.
Yes. So,
of course, my one procedural is Castle, or at least was at this point. And and it's because this fucking Nathan Fillion. Like, and that's like the key point. Like, where are you gonna find that actor that can be? Are you gonna be able to find that actor or those actors that can fit those roles? Like, whether it's this cast or a cast like Castle, you know, Nathan Fillion, Stana Katic, you know, like, you know, Seamus Daver, like those actors that can really like engage the audience with these fun characters. So we'll have to see. I'm looking forward to it just because I like the idea. I like the idea of shaking up how Korea does TV, just in general.
Just think about if we had 2 seasons of My Lovely Samsoon.
Yeah, or like if that writer. Think about this: if the writer of that show, had the when he was starting, had the freedom to kind of like build that show over like the idea being multiple seasons, just kind of lay a foundation, have more character building and character development, where he could finish an arc the first season, but still leave it open to kind of further develop the characters over multiple seasons.
Actually, now that I think about it, that whole like her trying to change her name bit would have been 2 whole episodes. Never mind.
No. But like there's been other shows where it's like I would say like another show, Modern Farmer. Iris, well, yeah. Iris would have been fantastic if they had the time. Obviously it would not have been Kim Tae-hee and fucking Lee Byung-hyun. It would not have been them for multiple seasons because those are the actors you get for one drama. But if they had the time to build that world over multiple seasons and play with that big arc with smaller arcs in between, like that would have been cool. Like, or even just like a simple comedy like Modern Farmer. Like, how many shows have like pacing issues? Like, how many shows feel like they're going too long, but at the same time rushing too fast? Like, there's so many Korean dramas that feel like they're going on way too long.
Yeah.
And they're going way too fast. Like, they're dragging on, but at the same time, the pace is way too fast. Like, they're rushing things. Because they're in the weird, mushy middle zone of, like, length. So, we'll have to see. Not to further expound on us complaining about how Korean TV works. We'll have to see. Looking forward to that. Criminal Minds.
Complain about how Korean entertainment works.
Speaking of criminal activity, FNC Entertainment under suspicion for insider trading. I will say this is from the source of this is a blind item that technically doesn't name FNC Entertainment. They straight up name FNC Entertainment. It has just been reported that prosecutors have started an investigation into a major entertainment company that's publicly traded on Kosdaq. After clues hinting at stock manipulations were revealed. Recently, the agency, located in Gangnam, first clue, underwent a search and seizure by the Seoul District Prosecutor's Office. According to an exclusive report by MBC, the company saw a great deal of success with their idol groups and went public on Kosdaq in 2014. Shouldn't like say it without saying it. In July last year, a famous MC signed to the label. Like seriously, saw signed to the label, skyrocketing the share value of the company to 27,000 Korean won a share, $25 a share. Around that time, a representative of the company, in the report labeled Mr. A, I love those, sold off 1.1 million shares in massive blocks to 10 institutional investors at a value of 237 billion Korean won, 200 in total. According to the report, the block deal sale of shares was made by Mr. A just prior to the signing of the famous broadcast personality in July in order to reduce the market impact of the massive stock exchange, earning the investors who participated in the block deal over 10 billion Korean won in extra profit each. This sale of stock cut out other potential investors and further undercut the stock price by about 400 Korean won per share. In other words, a handful of investors got tipped off that the company was going to sign a hugely famous celebrity and got a slightly cheaper share price in exchange for committing to a massive investment. Though it has yet to be confirmed by the company itself, many suspect that the major entertainment company referred to in the reports is FNC Entertainment due to the two major events listed in the report, the company going public in 2014, and the fact that FNC signed none other than your boy, UJ Suck, in July of last year. Yeah. There's also the fact that the TV news report that broke the story, though blurring out the name of the company on the wall, quite obviously filmed their segment at FNC Entertainment. Like you can see, like the picture in the video. They done pulled a Martha Stewart up in this.
Yeah, it's weird, and it definitely is a Martha Stewart, right? So like you're taking the pennies on the dollar, turning it into billions. So I mean, it's just if it's true, they're gonna get in a lot of fucking trouble. But you know,
yeah,
just it's a wait and see how true it is. You know, because like you said, it's a blind item, and
there's a lot of speculation.
It's a lot of speculation. You know, like
it is being reported by NBC News, and so it's like the big NBC News. So yeah, it's gonna, if this is true, there's gonna be a lot. They're gonna be in a lot of trouble. It could spell some disaster for a company that holds big ticket items in the industry. Like they're the home of You Suck. They're the home of several talents, including the pretty girls of AOA. Let me just look them up. FNC Entertainment. They are the home of FT Island for now. CN Blue, AOA, and Flying. They have UJ Sock. They have. I know they have some other members. They have actors, entertainers. Igukju, No Hong Chol, like Sung Eun Yi, Kim Young Man. Like they have like the people. They have some big names under their umbrella, so this could affect a lot of things, big time. They don't fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, but we don't know if they fucked up yet.
We don't know.
Got to get caught first.
Yes, but they might have gone caught. So it's a wait and see. It's an ongoing. It's a thing. So keep an eye out on Moonrock for more news. But it's kind of hilarious. And if it's I would say nuts. I shouldn't say it's hilarious because this could affect people's jobs and livelihoods. But it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, keep an eye out for more updates on that. Next up, all right. So I thought I'd bring up this little like kind of because this little like item from Panchua, just because like we've had a couple of like disbandments this year so far already.
Yeah, we've had a couple of disbandments. We've had a couple of rumors about disbandments and possible disbandments. We've had a lot of moves.
And basically like de facto disbandments, moves that irrevocably shifted a group. It's girl group apocalypse 2016. That's what I'm trying to say. Hashtag girl group apocalypse 2016. But to put it in perspective of what could be coming for us in the rest of the year, somebody pointed out a nice little list, a compact list of all the girl groups whose contracts are terminating this year. Now, this is not automatically mean that they're going to disband and go away because, with these things, with terminations means renewals or not renewals or renegotiations and things like that. It's just their contract is up this year. we'll have to see what negotiations happen. But yeah, first up, Rainbow. We
No
also
surprise.
Rainbow, Secret,
all right,
and FX.
God damn it! I was gonna say before you go to the last one, but Secret, I'm pretty sure Secret's done, right? Like we've been mulling around the Secret is done thing for a while. They might come back. There's a high possibility they'll come back, but there is a 50-50 with Secret.
There's been some like things happening with like some shade being thrown and some like commentary between a couple of the members that you can keep an eye out on. Hyosung is continuing to do great things on her own and staying above it she's not involved in any of it. She'd just be staying lovely and goddamn hot. I don't understand how Hyosung has that body. Like she got all this and all of that down there, and then it all like in a good shape and like, all right. But aside from that, there's a lot of things going back and forth between them. So it could be done this year. I mean, it depends on who signs, who doesn't, and who decides they want to do their own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we have those three groups. Like, how do we do this? Let's go out like just out of all the three groups. Who's out? Who do you think the groups is out and who's staying for sure? And if
Rainbow is in the middle, for sure. Rainbow's staying for sure. Secret is the 50-50, and I think if anything, we might be coming toward the end of FX.
Yeah. Like, I think Secret's probably out. Rainbow, the tough part is Rainbow just hasn't gotten that hit yet, and it's been so many years since they were founded. I think you know what? I think Rainbow might be renewed just from the fact that they just lost Kara. They're gonna at least put their best effort into keeping them intact so that they don't have that second disbandment in the same year, which is like so just so that they don't. Yeah, I think I'm with you that Rainbow's gonna stay. I think if for nothing else, just so that DSP doesn't have two disbandments in 1 year. Like, just because that's just a bad look. So they'll renew because the group isn't like rocketing up the charts, but as they're doing good individually as like as individual solo artists or as media personalities. Jisoo has her blog and she's doing cool stuff on TV. Jaekyung is hosting a show with Jessica on KBS. So she's doing things, and they all have their things. So I think for the sake of not having the disbandments come like pow pow 1-2 punch, they're probably gonna stay. Secret's out, and I think FX. I think if FX doesn't outright disband, I doubt you see a lot from them in the near future, even if they don't like disband.
Especially with a lot of them putting out solo tracks, doing all the
it's I can only imagine how hard it is at this point because to wrangle in Victoria from because she's basically up over there killing it in China, making bank on her own with her movie careers and doing dramas, and she's kind of up there as being like the Susie of the group, where the group is kind of like, well, there's this on my agenda. FX is like, line item number 347. Like,
right. Or FX is gonna turn into like a mini EXO where like one member is kicked out a year until there's nothing left.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like, all right, who's next?
I think they. I mean, I think they definitely want to keep FX as a group because FX is a successful group, and I think the biggest proof of that.
Keep 2NE1 as a group because 2NE1 was a successful group, but we see how that went, don't we?
But that's YG, and this is SM, and SM are just not. I won't say better, but they're more like death grip. So they probably have a little bit more like
on whatever they got.
On. And I think the biggest sign that they're invested, at least as a company, into keeping FX existing is the fact that they let Jessica go so cleanly. If you remember back, they let her go so cleanly because of once they kind of like had to make their move with Sully, which might have actually been like the same as the same thing that happened with Jessica, but with Sully. But they didn't get to they didn't get to like PR Jessica because Jessica put that shit out on blast, whereas Sully didn't. So they were able to. I wouldn't be surprised if Jessica. I'm sure I've said this before, but if Jessica hadn't put her shit out on blast, I wouldn't be surprised if her thing wouldn't have gone the same timeline as Sully, where they would have said, "Oh, she's going on hiatus. She's going, focusing on her solo efforts. She's deciding to leave the group." They would, but
yeah, no, you can't do that. Jessica was like, "Oh, really, bitch? Guess what? Twitter,
Weibo, you can't control Weibo. It's all the way in China." It's all the way in China.
You know that bitch Hood. She got Hood in her, so she was just like, "Oh really? Oh really, though?" They were like, "Can you not? Can you not?"
We're trying to.
She's like, "Too late, bitch."
But with like what happened with Sully, if they had fought Jessica on her wanting to kind of break free cleanly, that would have, negatively affected their relationship with Crystal. Like, just outright. Crystal's like, are you going to be an asshole about them? Like, I want out too. She would have made noise. So, like, for the sake of keeping FX, they let Jessica clean, her go clean, because they didn't really have any plans for her. And they realized that the writing was on the wall. So, they care about FX. We'll have to see what they can do. With their contracts, Amber and Luna are probably going to stay. They're like most likely going to stay. They luckily they're kind of in a position where they're allowed to do more or less what they want to do, and they're happy with that. Mm-hmm. Like Amber can do what the pineapple, and she can do her solo stuff. She has the resources to do it, and Luna gets to do her own thing. So, if anything, they'll stay around and. It's just a matter of the big. Can they keep the big contract players? Like, can they keep their Dwayne? Victoria is Dwayne Wade and Crystal Chris Bosh. They're like the two big figures, and like Luna's like who would I want to say probably more like Tyler Johnson or anything like that. Like, where they're probably going to be sticking around just fine. It's just a matter of like, what can you pay them? What can you do for them, the big stars? Yeah, I don't know. I think for us, I think it's pretty much like we said. I think we're pretty much in agreement. Secrets probably seeing their days numbered. Rainbow will be kept around, and FX probably out, but SM will probably try to keep them SM doesn't like to let go. They don't like to let go.
I think we found a title for the show.
SM doesn't like to let go. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So we'll have to see. But yeah, I wish all of these girls luck. 'Cause, that girl group struggle is real.
It is, yeah.
Feel for my girls out there in K-pop world. I'm always fighting. I'm all about that. About the girl groups. Rooting for them on. But yeah, that's it for another episode of Hallyujuku. Kaz,
what's up?
What's going on? What do you got going on in the world?
Finishing up some edits for some videos for the DKG YouTube channel, and then other than that, been playing NBA 2K16 because it's free on PSN right now. Yeah. So got that shit for free.
I gotta. Oh, damn, I'm gonna have to end up getting a PS4 at some point. Fuck.
It was one of those things. I randomly went to like the PSN store because I was like, oh, my subscription is almost up. I was like, you know what? I'll renew it for a couple more months. And I was looking. I was like, oh, what's the free game for this month? Because every month they have 2 free games. And I was like, NBA 2K16. I was like, what? For free? Fuck yeah. I was like, why not?
So hit up Kaz on the PlayStation Network. Play that 2K.
Or Overwatch, which is what I'm getting ready to go do right now.
Overwatch. Yeah. He's doing that. As for me on this side, we just had the final episode of Fanny Pack Wrestling Podcast. We bowed our last bow. We said our goodbyes to the Fanny Pack Wrestling Podcast. So go check it out. It was Kaz and Drew joined us for the last episode, as they did the first episode. Kind of give it a cyclical nature, which is fun, and it ended up being a fun episode. So go check it out. But yeah, that's it. He's King Kaz. I'm Petey Rave. The show is Hallyujuku. The button wasn't working for a second. The show is Hallyujuku. Hallyujuku.com. kpoppodcast.com. Easier to share with your friends. Keep an eye out for more updates. Cool things.
Didn't I tell you? Don't you know?
You can follow me. Follow me on Snapchat. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on the Snapchat. Doing a little, more like the things that I'm working on, especially for the Rebellion Podcast Network. So I'm doing stuff on there with the Snapchats and whatnot. I might even do, because I did an unboxing of my loot crate on there.
Straight, doctor.
And I signed up for Snack Fever, which is Korean snacks. So when that comes in, I'm going to unbox that on the Snapchat. So hit that up.
Straight, doctor.
But that's it. Until next time, awesome swivels.
Why, I think you're crazy. Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.